Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Thiefotopia. Welcome back to the Thiefateria. For its Thief 2 Metal Age, the Metal Age time. The Metal Age is upon us. The
Oh
Bronze
no.
Age, get that out of here. This is the Metal Age. Bronze is a metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is the
I'm
Metal
really
Age a
excited.
superset of ages?
Yeah. I'm really excited for the prog rock age. Let's get
Okay,
there.
sure. Yeah, I'm expecting the Metal Age to be extremely heavy. I'm hoping for some like melodeath. That's kind of the
What
sweet spot for me.
what is a mellow death?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna say a thing, and every metalhead in the audience is gonna disagree with me critically in different ways because none of them can agree on the definitions either. This is part of the difficulties of being a metal fan. So we're gonna talk a little bit before we get in here.
I thought it was just you had to like metal music. That's too difficult enough.
One of the many challenges, I said. We're going to talk a little bit here because I think there's some interesting stuff to talk about. So, Thief 2 is, of course, the sequel to Thief 1, made by mostly the same team, still at Looking Glass. But this is the game that killed Looking Glass. Looking Glass stops existing, more or less because of Thief 2. And this came out in the year 2000. So I think a really critical point for games that either are immersive sims or at least are like adjacent to, they're using some of the same ideas, is that System Shock 2 comes out in 1999, right? So that's between Thief 1 in 98 and Thief 2 in 2000. So I'm really curious to see how a lot of the systems and things, a lot of the ideas of Thief 1 are going to be evolved in this game that is living in the shadow of System Shock 2. Which
Speaking
was
of shadows.
developed by, like Looking Glass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were going to say, sorry, speaking
Oh,
of
well,
shadows.
speaking of shadows, they also made that game in the Dark Engine, apparently. The
Yes,
same one that powers this and the first Thief.
that is correct, yeah. So, like, System Shock 2 is sort of like is a major shift in those kinds of games. I'm really curious to see how things bear over here. Also, we have not so much as stepped into a level yet here, so it may be the case that when we get in, there are some things that have to be done. I'm going to be relying on Amabel a little bit as far as like where the gamma level needs to be, so
Okay.
we'll be adjusting that live. Because I know what the right answer is, but I also know that it needs to be significantly brighter than that for some of y'all. There was a big long comment. The episode where I finally turned up the brightness and complained about it in the last series, there was a big long comment that somebody left that was like, well, the gamma that you're seeing during gameplay may end up being different from the gamma that we're seeing on YouTube for all these technical reasons that are like, that basically amount to what's going into the feed on Discord and the feed for OBS is not what's being shown to the screen for various reasons, for various like weird technical reasons. But it's like, I do look at the output files. Like after I'm done recording, I open up the file to make sure it worked. So like I see the thing that gets uploaded to YouTube directly. It just felt like a kind of a weird assumption that I'm just like very bad at my job, which I didn't
You're
love.
you're very good at your job.
Thank you. Opinions differ, perhaps even among the two of us on that front, but I think I'm
I
okay at it at least.
I have a question for you before we get
Yes.
going. I don't want to derail anything, but should I at some point experience System Shock 2?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. I
Maybe
know it
that's
has
that's the thing we can talk about.
I know it has a showdown in it.
It sure does. It
He's not happy.
it show does.
Oh, I know.
That's how I should have done that.
No.
So the other thing I do want to talk about really quickly. Let's have a quick look at these keybinds. It looks to me like so controls, were evolving very quickly in this period, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have like Quake is like 96, 97, right? And then Thief. And so like when Quake shipped, we still weren't on WASD and mouse look as the default. That comes from Quake multiplayer, really. So things are still evolving. This game has, you can see here, move left as A, move right as D by default. And it no longer has it has fewer movement keys in total than the last game had. We are no longer expected to press turn left and turn right, I think. But a thing that I think is really interesting here is that there is a walk forward and a run forward and a walk forward slowly. You have a default move speed of walk forward. That's what's on W. And then there is a run key, a run toggle, and there's also a creep toggle. And the creep toggle by default is not bound. So I'm assuming this is a slower walk mode, but the fact that they didn't feel the need to bind it makes me think that maybe it's not necessary. So,
Only one way to find that.
So I'm also leaving it unbound for the moment. If we do need to walk forward very slowly, you'll see that's also unbound. None of the movements at that speed are bound by default in the engine, so they must not have built around it, right?
Yeah.
For the love of God, let's hope. All right, intro cinematic. We have not seen this intro cinematic yet.
Okay.
Gosh, I sure hope that this plays correctly. Let's go.
The IDOS.
This is the publisher.
Okay.
Ooh, new scripture. Okay, three important takeaways, three critical things for me right there. Four even. Thing number one, I did not consider the fact that Garrett having received like magic robot glass eye technology meant that also now the technology exists for security cameras. I think that was the implication of that cherub face thing there was we're going to deal with security cameras now. So that's a bummer. Thing two, oh, I'm so glad the music didn't change. I'm so glad that it still has the vibe. And I don't think we talked about it in default. But like I really love the sort of like the unevenness of the presentation. I love the fact that Constantine and oh gosh, I'm forgetting the woman's name. The woman that he's always hanging out with.
Yeah.
Who betrays you. I love the fact that they're illustrated, but Garrett is an actor performing in silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
To like really mark him as like a very different, he is a thing of another world than they are, which then gets, played up to its maximum when they are revealed to be supernatural things that are like literally in some ways of another world. That is fucking great, and I love to see that they're still doing stuff with it here. Number 3, very important. Garrett is shown murdering an unaware guard in that cinematic. Canonically, Garrett kills guards. Okay?
Vindication.
Everybody,
Vindication for you.
get off my back. I'm playing the game right. And thing 4, that audio is kind of hot, so I'm going to tab out a little bit here. We're just going to turn this. I'm just going to dial this down just a tiny bit before things start and we get voice work and sword fighting and stuff. Apologies if it's too low. That's a much easier problem to fix and also much less annoying to discover.
New game.
New game. All right, let's do it. Difficulty. I'm going to put it on hard because I did do a little bit of reading, and it was once again, it was suggested that on several levels on expert you can't kill any humans, and if that's the case, that means that getting seen is effectively an immediate loss. Because, the guards will chase you and you can't lose them, because we tried on several previous things. And I don't think that's a very fun way to play the video game, personally.
Just don't get caught.
No, yeah, just don't get caught is don't get caught is a fun aspiration. Hold on, I'm going to turn it back up a little bit. I'm concerned I overdid it. Just dialing it in. Listen, the audio mix is by a huge margin the hardest part of this job. All right. Huh.
I've always equated feelings with getting caught. They both get in the way of my money. Unfortunately, not everyone is as committed to their work as I am. An old associate of mine, Basso the boxman, wants to marry Lady Rumford's chambermaid, Genevieve, and live happily ever after. Guess prison life spoiled his taste for thievery. Too bad for Basso that Lady Rumford has other plans. Marriage would void Genevieve's indentured service contract, so Rumford is keeping her confined in the estate with the rest of her worldly possessions. Basso has asked for my assistance on getting her out, since infiltration is my specialty. I make it a policy never to take a job so sentimental, but the Rumford Manor could be a lucrative opportunity for a man like me. It would also mean that Basso would owe me a favor, and in this line of work you can never have too many of those. I'll sneak in after dark and clear a path for Basso so he can rescue his damsel in distress. Along the way, I'll pick up a few souvenirs for the local pawn shops. That should make all this aggravation worthwhile. Otherwise, I'll make Basso wish he was still rotting in Crag's Cleft. This proves it. Going legit is more trouble than it's worth.
Okay, I like that setup very much.
Yeah, me too. I like how small scale it is, given the end of the last thing. It's like once you have done the big save the world thing, what is there to go back to? There's not going to just be another one of those waiting, right? All right.
Oh.
So once you're ready for Basso to go, you give the signal. You have to be close enough for him to hear it. That's interesting. Help Basso and Genevieve get out of the mansion together. You'll need to scout ahead and make sure the route's safe. Get 300 in loot. That doesn't seem like very much. Genevieve would be aghast if anybody died because of this. Don't kill anyone, even on this difficulty level. All right, I'm going to try. We're going to try it.
Don't kill anyone.
Don't kill anyone. I was about to say, too, they said the path has to be clear. That means bodies, but apparently not. You don't kill anyone, Samhain bones.
Sprung the lock on the side door for you, Garrett. It's the only good way in.
All right.
Okay, and this is dark, but looks. I can see what's going on.
Okay, let me get all the way into like a corner here. Is this? You can see the walls and stuff.
No, this is completely black to me.
This is darker than it. Yeah. Okay. Let me. Oh, I thought that button was. Hold on. Maybe it's this one. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Tell me when.
Oh yeah, walls. I see walls. I see the corner. I see the texture. It's good.
Okay, we're pretty day for night on my end again, but whatever. Okay, so this is...
Can I see that moon again, please?
Yeah, that's good. That's nice. The skybox is real good. So we are playing the game with T2 Fix, which is an unofficial patch, basically to make the game function on modern hardware and at modern resolutions. This is real 1920 by 1080. I'm not upscaling, so there may be some stuff here that's not totally true to the original experience. I did uncheck all of the things I was allowed to uncheck, but yeah. Okay, well that's a dead end. Gonna check and see if there's anything by these trees. Okay. So this is the normal walk speed now. It's basically like the default bindings have been reversed. What this is right now, the run speed where I'm holding down shift to run. This feels like the speed that Garrett moved at normally in the first game, and then you would press a button to go slower. But look at this. Look at this. I can strafe at like almost real movement speed.
You know, I have an important question for you. Can you jump while having a sword in your hand?
Ooh, that's a great question. Here's my sword. Yes. Can I still block? Yes. Okay, I have a block on middle mouse. Let's just really quick here. Yep. Okay, that's the same. Okay, cool.
I noticed that they did not have the lengthy tutorial section like they did in the first game.
That's also true.
Do you think the assumption is if you're playing this game, you would have played the first?
Maybe, or maybe the assumption is that at this point you are living in a post-Unreal, post-System Shock 2, like Quake 2. I think Quake 3 maybe is even out by now. Like, maybe those concepts are just assumed to be sort of like live in the environment to a greater degree.
That makes sense.
Okay, dropping stuff's pretty quiet. A lot of literally
Good
the
thing
exact
the
same
butler's out
assets.
for the night. He left his lights on.
Cool. I don't know what behavior it's going to have when we open chests and stuff. That'll be interesting to see. But before we go, I know that like this is a lot of talking and stuff before we actually do anything. And I do hear people on the other side of that door. I just want to come back out here and make a note of something. It is wild how much of an effect it has on the basic feeling of the game to be able to strafe a little bit faster. It makes it like so I can run around corners in a way that feels common to first-person games. Like Garrett feels like he controls so much better, and I think it's almost entirely that, just that they sped up the strafe a little bit. Okay, so here's crouch. Crouch was bound to some crazy button. Crouch is the one thing I did rebind.
It was bound to X and delete,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Oh. Huh. I found the zoom button. Is that a diegetic zoom? I guess it could be, right?
Yeah, because you got a robot eye now.
Well, shoot. Then hold on. I have to go look at the controls for something real quick because that's on my old toggle through my inventory buttons. How do I get my lockpicks out? Use item is still enter our mouse to block on B. That's not very convenient. Next inventory item. Oh, mouse wheel. Yo, did they make the mouse wheel functional? They did. We have mouse wheel. I have my bird call and I don't have lockpicks. Garrett. That's embarrassing. Never mind. Found a key. That'll do it. Still have that kind of goofy system where like right click becomes use item instead of interact with the thing you're looking at, which, you know, obviously could be a problem. So does this key work on this door as well? It does, because this goes somewhere else. All right, we got to figure out where she is and then make sure the path is clear from her to the exit. I have blackjack. I have some water arrows.
Someday I'm not going to be a guard anymore.
That's it.
I'm going to be a manor lord, and I'm going to hire lots of guards to make them go on patrols and night watch. I'm going to sneak up on them and say, "Didn't you hear something?" Watch it.
This is not the right key for this door. I can see that the characters in the world still have, you know, personality, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Okay, it is still auto-looting from the chests.
I'll get that cheese.
Okay. Fine, we will get the cheese for later.
Thank you. I mean, you're gonna need it. Let's be honest.
Hey, I am not to get into combat. Oh, that's weird. I'm finding myself reaching for the incorrect buttons now. I'm just like reflexively holding control and then hitting the old weird strafe left and right were Z and C in Thief 1.
Oh. Can we do something with this? Can we turn off the lights? Apparently not.
I don't see these switches or anything. This doesn't look interactable.
Because I feel like with a preponderance of electrical lights rather than torches.
You see
Think that was
too?
anything?
There's a torch there.
Looks like nothing.
Damn torches. Always sputtering out.
Well, don't just make tap over it. Light it up.
I lost my tinderbox. Oh, why don't you do it?
I ain't the one that's complaining, am I now?
Huh.
Okay, neither one of them's gonna do it.
Notice there's never any birds around anymore. Used to be birds. Singing in the morning and wake you up. Singing at night, looking for girl birds to meet up with.
It's weird that thing he's saying about there not being any birds anymore.
Kinda sad.
Hello? Oh, it's just a deck of, I think it's just a deck of playing cards.
Okay.
I'm allowed to throw it around. We found 5 additional coins. Apparently each of these chests is going to contain 5 coins.
Someday I'm not gonna be a guard anymore.
Oh, hey, critical question. What are the quick save controls? You know what would be smart is if we had quick save. Quick save S Alt S, load quick save Alt 1. The fuck? We're gonna make this F9 and this, that's the wrong one. No. Quick save is F9. Load quick save is F11. How about that?
Okay.
Notice it has in here Quake and Unreal bindings by default. I don't know if that's a T-Fix thing or if that is default in the engine because I didn't look at that screen until after T-Fix was installed.
And I'm gonna hire a lot more guards.
But I think that kind of tells you a lot about where their head is at as regards like what people's familiarity with control schemes is going to be coming into the thing. Oh my god, it is so much smoother to move in ways that aren't directly forward. Holy hell, what are these? I know what that is. Healing potion, flash bomb. Flares. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Not usually the kind of thing you would want, I would think, but... I wonder if you can use flares to draw the guard's attention toward particular areas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, if I hit F, does it just draw whatever item was most recently... No, F is for flare specifically, okay. It's interesting that they would make it so accessible. Alright, well that's pretty familiar.
Yeah.
How
that
hard
sounds
it is to
pretty-
pick up a body, still pretty familiar. Can I not? Uh-oh. Can you not pick up bodies? Oh dear. That's gonna make things more difficult. Oh, maybe you have to crouch down to pick up a body. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so I think you have to crouch to pick up bodies. It affects your movement way more than it did in the first game. And you can't operate a door while holding one. That's what I think I just learned. And I'm not happy about a single piece of that.
Oh, I am. That's just rad.
Yeah, well, you're not the person who has to do it.
That's true. You're generally in our relationship, you're the one that moves bodies.
And frankly, I don't feel like it's entirely fair. I feel like a lot of assumptions were made. Hey. Save successful. All right.
Stand forth and be recognized. Hey, is someone there?
Just a servant in here, huh? Get across the shadowy area. Oh,
Who are you?
shoot, it's not that shadowy.
There's an armed stranger here.
Okay, you don't have to crouch. You just have to be like closer to their height. If they're above you on the stairs, you can pick them up from standing.
Okay.
It is a little challenging to just look at an area and know how dark it is. Like, those shadows on the floor being cast by the tables
Yeah.
are visually the same as this shadow, right? Like, that floor looks exactly as dark as this floor. But here, I am full darkness. Whereas over here, I am basically full bright. Yeah, that's a bummer. I don't like that at all. Look around for valuables, including huge shanks of deer, delicious breads, a rolling pin, 1 carrot. I love 1 carrot.
That's an unusual looking carrot.
I accidentally activated the flare. Well, I mean, it does what I thought it was going to do. It's basically just like a glow stick. That's weird. Can I get over there? I know I'm stuck on these barrels.
Do you remember that time in the first Thief when Garrett got stuck in a toilet?
I do. I think about it every single time I climb up on something. I was also considering it there.
Those were good times.
Again, I think you and I have some different sort of vibes about the game based on the fact that I'm the one executing. Which, again, traditionally is my role in our relationship.
You're at the light. What does that switch do, I wonder?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's going to move this platform. I mean, as a way to get up to the upper floor, it seems awfully loud. I'm in the dark. I saw nothing. I can get that key. I'm like 100% sure I can snatch that key. Yoink.
That's amazing. That's good.
Congratulations, you're the worst guard in the universe. Nope, wait, put the key away. Bye-bye. Yeah, this elevator is loud. Game audio might still be a little hot. I don't much fancy my odds of having been able to climb out of there in one piece.
Yeah.
Damn it, I keep hitting F. What is it that I'm expecting to happen? You know what? I don't know. Doesn't seem to provide access to anything.
Well, maybe it's an escape route. Down.
I bet there was a grating above.
Well, you knock out the grating, I guess, in some way, and then you jump down and only take like 80% fall damage.
Lighting in here is very moody. So we're at our loot threshold. I could just stop being thorough, but I feel like that would be disregarding my training. All right, I'm gonna try to take out this archer guard when he comes back around to this corner of his patrol.
You're doing a good job so far with that, sweetheart.
Thank you. I don't know if you know this, but I'm extremely good at stealth in video games.
If you say so.
I've never made an error or done anything foolish.
There are 2 of them.
No, I think it's this. I think it's just this guy. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, he just gets over there and turns around.
Oh, okay.
There was only one set of footsteps, so.
Well, maybe that's when God was carrying you.
Nope, doesn't. That's footprints. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Also, they weren't my footsteps. Oh, okay. All right, there is another guy out here. The other guy that we heard coughing, but I think he's like over there somewhere. Oh, F was crouch. F was crouch. I'm doing it every time I intend to crouch. It's going to take a little while for me to shed the old bad controls. So yeah, do you want to talk about like maybe sort of expectations going into this based on the first game?
So based on the first game and what people said in the comments, I'm expecting there to be some stealthy stuff. I'm expecting it to be it's the same engine, and it's only what 3 years later.
2 years. 2 years later.
2 years later. So I'm not, and I know
not. It's probably closer to a year and a half because that first game came out in like December.
So I'm not expecting it to be substantially different in terms of execution, though the controls are certainly a lot smoother, it seems.
It's really just like little things too. It's just like moving
Yeah.
moving the strafe buttons up, increasing the strafe by like 50% in speed. Dunya, sometimes I think I miss the days when crime ruled the streets, as the sheriff would have it. Either way, we walk in fear. But before, we lost at most a purse, while now we may be shut up in irons simply for seeing the wrong thing at the wrong time. Oh, give me the old days back again, and a pox upon Truart and all his thugs. Okay, world building is happening.
Okay. So my expectation is that they might... So there was a tremendous amount of promise in the first game that I feel was not always fulfilled due to like pacing issues and huge levels that were like way too big and just things that didn't seem to focus on the cool bit of I'm sneaking around being a thief. So if they can kind of, I think.
Well, that's her door.
impression-
Guess Basso can open it. He's not much of a sneak, but he can sure handle a lock.
Sorry.
That's okay. So my impression is that the game should like the more fully deliver on the promise of the first one, of like we're doing sneaky mission stuff and not just fighting zombies forever. Because the fantasy of sneaking around, clubbing people on the head, outwitting people, that's good shit right there, right? So
Yeah.
I want more of that. That's my expectation. I want more of them to not get in the way of the thing, because I razzed you a little bit, a tiny, insignificant little bit during the last series, for maybe not being as stealthy as one would like. But you
One.
also
Which one? Who's the one?
what?
Who's the one?
Who's the one?
Yeah, which one, as one would like? Which one?
So, but something that you pointed out was because you're dealing with these stubborn controls, and because of the way some of the level designs were laid out, it made that stealthy stuff very difficult to actually do. As much as one would like. So I feel like this might give you more opportunities for that. If they are coming at it with a stronger sense of the design, give you more opportunities to be clever.
So that's a pretty weird little area.
Yeah.
Hidden behind these boxes, a tray of bread and a gold nugget and a weird crystal and the candles and.
Is that a book or a mirror or something on the ground?
No, that is the serving tray that the bread was on. Tray.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I just hucked it right through that box. Oh, I managed to throw it between the boxes. That's incredible.
That's very deft, sweetheart.
1 in a million. Well, if this is her door, then I feel like this is a really easy mission. I was expecting we were going to have to deal with the upstairs.
Halt!
Shit.
I see you there.
I forgot that that's where that one guy was. Okay, here's we're gonna test something. So I broke his line of sight. I'm in total darkness.
Come out and face me.
Is he still gonna gravitate immediately directly toward us no matter what? It seems like yes. Yeah, he knows right. Well, now he's
Lost him.
wandering off.
Good.
So this is a problem that the first game has, where the guards know where you are even when they don't know where you are, and they will like sort of unerringly wander directly toward you. But this guy seems to be maybe actually lost us there. Oh, me opening the door did alarm him. I was hoping I could open the door silently and just whack him on the head to see.
Come back out here, you tougher.
How dare you?
Always with the teeth slur.
I'll tell you, they love it. They love saying it. Here's where I tried to hit him anyway. I want to go in that room he was in. Okay, I can run with the body. So it's still slower, but it's definitely not as bad. Yeah, your walk speed with the body is like very, very reduced. Okay, so this game it is definitely more feasible to escape from a guard after being seen, which makes me feel like maybe we could even play it on the higher difficulty.
Let's not get crazy here.
So this is the kitchen area, yeah. Okay, so let's just go back out and whistle. We don't really have to go up to the top floor or to like the ground floor even of the place at all.
Can you bring up the map?
Oh, I didn't even try. Wow.
Okay.
What a really fucking good map. He even had that little room where I just ran into that guard, like explicitly marked as this is a place where guards are. Fucking don't go in there.
Okay.
Wow. Notes. He gets a little font in this one. So, are these guards going to be a problem?
That's her room, isn't it?
What's
Isn't she in the room with them?
No. No, I'm on the other side of the basement. Her room's like way over there.
Oh, okay.
But this is the way to what's his face? This is the way to Basso.
Okay.
So if he can be cool and stealthy, I had to get her back out too though. Maybe I should just deal with this. My biggest concern is that I might not be able to get them both, and that the act of knocking one of them out is going to alert the other.
Flash bomb.
Yeah, I mean, I have a flash bomb.
You used like one flash bomb in the first game, and I'm not sure if necessarily it was used in the most effective way. I think maybe.
What are you saying? Hold on.
I mean, that works too.
Flawless victory. One of y'all got the key? No, in fact, neither of you has any idea how to operate this door. Fucking fine. Okay, but that being the case, like every guard on this floor, every person on this floor is unconscious now, so we should be able to do the thing pretty easily. So we go out here, we hit the bird call. My man's not really like running. His gait would suggest running, but his speed is, well, whatever.
I'm hoping for this first mission that it kind of is what that the mission is this. There's no twist. We are getting around. I want to see these two kids run off together.
I hear what you're saying, but
I
also
am a sentimental.
Yeah, I'm glad that I took those two out. Oh, we're just full sprint, are we? Okay. You're lucky I'm so fucking good at my job. Are you done? He's a weird dude, that Basso. He gets winded very easily. Okay, he does try to go around the one guard post, at least. Yeah, no, that's an unconscious... He's alive. Basso. That's what I thought. But yeah, like the end of this mission has to... The mission has to end with us, like, embroiled in something, right? I guess it could just be Garrett's doing Life of Crime stuff because he loves Life of Crime.
I mean, I think there should be the plot should start, but also, I just don't want any of these three people to get killed.
Basso!
I know Garrett's gonna be fine.
Shh, come with me.
Yeah, maybe not so much with the shouting, huh? No, damn it. I was going to steal a loot that was in her room. She's fine with an unconscious body. She can immediately tell the difference. There was no blood, I guess.
Yeah.
That's all she knows to look for. What if I had fully exsanguinated him? Huh? What then? Is Garrett a vampire? I don't know. Can you prove he isn't?
Oh god, this is just what this emo game needs. Vampire.
Shh, come with me.
Okay.
Okay.
Thief,
Yeah.
Thief 2. Knockout 6, damage dealt 7. The blackjack deals 1 and a fraction damage, I guess.
Secrets found.
0 out of 3.
Okay, that's new.
There was not an explicit secrets found thing. Maybe they this, I mean, like, you know, obviously this has the same effect that it has in Doom, right? Where seeing that makes me immediately want to reload the level. So that's smart. That's smart.
Blessed be the forge, which gives shape unto metal and steam unto the boiler. Blessed be the fire of the builder and the forge of Karis.
Business has been kind of slow these days, thanks to Sheriff Gorman Truart. He's been coming down hard on my competition and anyone else he deems unlawful. I've been playing it safe by keeping a low profile, but as my landlord recently reminded me, the rent is late. He says he's going to pay me a visit tomorrow to collect, so I'll have to go amateur for some quick cash. The warehouses by the docks should fit the bill. In addition to the usual shipping traffic, there's also a small smuggling operation sponsored by the local underground. Not too many guards, lots of dark corners, and several points of entry should make this job painless and profitable. Maybe I'll even have something left over for myself once the rent is paid. Wasn't that long ago that I was planning on my retirement. Now the only thing that's getting retired is my standards. If things get any worse, I'll have to go back to picking pockets in the streets.
Again, I really like that this is sort of like what he's been reduced to post saving the world. There just isn't stuff going on, and that's grim, and the landlord comes for us all. I'm really digging this. So Gilver knows he's sending out a very important shipment tomorrow, but he doesn't know what he doesn't know is that it's being redirected to your fence. Find a new shipping label and put it on the big crate outside of Gilver's office. I need to steal at least 650 loot. There are many unarmed workers around the warehouses. Killing them is bad. Do not murder the unarmed. After you're done, you'll need to get out of the area so you don't get caught. Return to the stack of crates where you first entered the warehouse district, because Garrett knows how to get around the town. He'll take over from there. Okay, and this system still exists.
Invisibility potion?
That does feel like lasts only a few seconds. It costs more money than we have. Someone wants to give you some advice. There's slow fall. We have a slow fall potion already. Interesting. A single moss arrow. You know, maybe they're upgraded. Maybe they're better now. Because I'm thinking like the area that is covered by a single moss arrow is not enough to get you through or past anything in the first game. Like if you're gonna moss arrow around, you really do need to lay down a few. I kind of want to. I'm gonna buy this just because I'm curious if they've changed them.
Okay.
We're gonna buy the papyrus because I always want to read the weird writing.
Yeah. You know, I didn't really mention this, but the writing in the first game and so far in this one, it's actually pretty good.
I really love like the goofy character work and stuff, and the way they do the world building. And this is like, so what? System Shock 1 is really the invention of what we think of as the modern audio log, right? Or we don't think of it as the modern audio log, but what we think of in modernity as the audio log. And System Shock 2 obviously used them to some effect. So this is still sort of a burgeoning method of world building at the time of the first game. And by the second game, by now, it's probably quite well established. I guess this is what we're doing. My guess is that there is no sense in trying to save money between missions because it won't work. Yeah. So I'm going to buy one broadhead arrow to really make use of our cash.
Also, can I say that that first mission, I really liked the design of that mission. Like, it was a different goal than we've seen in the other games, and the whole thing about clearing a path was neat. It was a neat way to get your feet wet.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. Honestly, you know, it might just be me. It might just be like I've only done it twice here. But it feels like Garrett's like stick to a thing and climb command is even better than it used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, look at him just like catch himself right away. They did some work on the controls. He feels way better to control. He feels way more like a guy who is agile, which I appreciate. So we're not gonna actually play through this level. I think this is where we're gonna call it. Actually, let me make us a hard save here, and I am right now going to test that moss arrow. I'm just really curious. Does it cover a larger area? No, it doesn't seem like it. Look at that. That's just sad. We also bought this papyrus. So I have my lockpicks this mission.
Yeah, wait. So before we go, can you read the papyrus?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
DM Gilver is one of the city's most popular merchants, and he keeps his base of operations in Building A of Rampone's dockside warehouses. I can read. Porter is also a tenant of Building A. He runs a tiny art gallery that sells cheap statues and vases. Most of your loot can be found in these areas. This is written in a voice that feels a lot more like a strategy guide than a person in the world talking to Garrett, but fine.
I feel like the writing here, this is, we just talked about how great the writing is, and this is not a great example.
We're kind of still in tutorial town, I think. But yeah, like that last mission where you just have a small area to play around with the buttons in, I like that so much better as a tutorial experience than the much more directed tutorial that we saw at the beginning of the first game, or that you basically cannot escape in modern large-scale video games. That shit is just like everywhere. And every time I get one of those, I am so frustrated. It's just like, let me get your hands off me. Let me just play. I will figure it out.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, before you were born, and I was playing Super Mario Brothers
At the age of 18 months, sure.
There was not a tutorial. I just started playing.
Okay, well, we're definitely getting into like kids these days off of my lawn territory here, but it is bad. The new way is bad, and the old way was better, and that's here. It's not old woman yells at cloud, because we're right. Anyway, that's gonna be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. The one thing that I didn't say that I got distracted from in the expectations for this game section is I am definitely proceeding with trepidation about the news that there is less supernatural stuff in this game, because I do not want to have long levels full of zombies, but I do want to have fucking creepy fairy tale creatures talking about stealing my flesh CI. And
yeah,
I hope we're going to get some of that stuff still in the mixture. I want some supernatural stuff. I just don't want the zombies. Anyway, so that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're taking on what seems like more mundane thievery. And I really like the fact that I don't feel like I know how long it's going to be before the hook. Like, they might just have us do a couple of missions of thieving. The twist could be at any moment, but the fact that we don't know means there's actually some narrative tension here, and that's fucking rad. Come back next time, I guess, to see if they go ahead and just set the hook early, and we'll see you then.
Bye.